Here you have Cole Jensen, our first round 18th overall pick of the Super Draft with you. Welcome. Good to talk to you guys. If you have any questions for Cole on the Zoom, please raise your hand and I'll go ahead and get started with you.
Chat, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. First, we can get started with Michelle Kaufman of the Miami Herald.
Okay. Is my mic on?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you probably hear children shrieking. We're hold on. I'm moving. We're at this Christmas park with my grandchildren, and there's little children shrieking. So hold on. Let me get to a quieter spot. Okay. Sorry about that. First of all, well, welcome, Cole. Welcome to Inter Miami. I just wanted to ask you, first, I have a couple questions. One is, what do you know about the club? Have you been following the club? And, what do you know about it? What do you know about the goalkeeping situation? And just kind of what are your thoughts about being drafted by Miami?
Yeah, I think it's very exciting. And it's something that, you watch the draft and you wait to see. And so it kind of catches you off guard and you think you're prepared for that moment, but you're really not. And so I think for me personally, I've connected with Inter Miami leading up to this point. So, I think right now, all I could say is I'm just really excited to get down there and get to work and get started in January.
Have you watched, like, during the season, did you watch Drake? Did you watch any of the team? Did you have a chance to watch the league, or were you too busy with your college season?
The college season was definitely busy, but I was able, after we connected, to take a look and see what Inter Miami has and some of the role players and I knew that with watching the World Cup and everything to do with that, I watched players like DeAndre Yedlin and stuff like that. So I do know a little bit about the club, and I'm excited to work with those guys and to get started.
Can I ask one more, Michael, or do you have a long list of people there?
Go ahead, Michelle, and then we'll move on after to Franco, Jose, and Ian.
Okay. One more question. I looked up your bio from the school, and it said that you didn't play the previous 3 seasons. I was just wondering what happened there and why your career didn't start until this year.
Right. So I came in as a freshman and I redshirted. The goalkeeper in front of me, Matthew Rosenberg, was a great goalkeeper, and I built a great relationship with him. COVID happened sophomore year, and so our season got canceled. We played an abbreviated season in the spring, and then my junior year, because of COVID, everybody got another year of eligibility. So the starting goalkeeper that was ahead of me came back for a 6th year, and
Okay.
so I sort of stuck. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I stuck with Xavier because, I stuck with Xavier for 3 years leading up until the season that we just had because, the goalkeeper there and the goalkeeper union that we had there and our coach and everything I was able to learn a lot from them and develop as a goalkeeper, in the last 3 years leading up until my senior year. So that's kind of the summed up version of the 3 years before I started.
All right, great. Thank you. Well, welcome. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next, we'll go to Franco Panizo, and then Jose, and then Ian.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Okay, cool. Hey, Cole, welcome. Welcome to South Florida. Congratulations. Just a couple of questions. You said you connected with Inter Miami. When did you connect with Inter Miami? When were you made aware that you were on their radar and potentially going to South Florida? And what have your initial conversations with Team Brass been like? Obviously they had a young goalkeeper that excelled last year and became the starter. So what is the initial conversations been like? Do you figure to feature more on the second team this year? What have you initially talked to Club Press about? Thank you.
Yeah, great question. I think towards the end of the season, they connected, with some of the coaches that were at Xavier. And so that's kind of when they came into the picture. But then being a participant at the 2022 Adidas College Showcase, and one of the 4 goalkeepers there, I was able to connect with a lot more clubs and interview with a lot more teams. So that was sort of when things started to pick up for me when I started connecting with Inter Miami. And to be completely honest with you, it's been an absolute crazy last 4 weeks, and it's kind of all just happened very, very fast. So I don't remember the second part of your question, but I would love to answer it if you don't mind asking again.
Sorry,
I think, go
I was
ahead.
on mute. Sorry. No, just so you just said when you connected with Inter Miami. So the second part was, I'm actually blanking on what the second part was, but I'll ask you. What is? Oh, there it was. What is it? What is the initial conversations with the club brass been like about what your role with this team and this organization is in the short term? Again, Drake, stepped in as the number one last year after earning the spot. So obviously he's a young goalkeeper. He figures to be in there, for a good bit. So, what have they talked to you about your role within the short-term plans?
I think I'm really excited to work with them, to be honest with you. And I think that there will be more of a clear picture with, sort of how it's going to look for me short term and, in the next year or so once I get there. And once we get to preseason and once I get working with them in preseason, I think there'll be more of a clear path of, what we want to accomplish in that first year and short term. So that's sort of what I'm looking forward to right now. And I'm looking forward to get with the guys and get down there.
If I can sneak one last one in there, sorry, Michael. If I can sneak one last one in there, what do you think it says about the confidence the organization has in you? Like you just touched on with Michelle, you've only played one season, so your body of work isn't as lengthy as maybe some of the other goalkeepers in the pool that could have been selected. So for them to go with you, despite having only one season, what do you think that says about their confidence and what the potential that they see in you?
Yeah, I think it says a lot because there's a lot of goalkeepers that you can choose from, and you can look at college soccer and you can see a lot of very talented goalkeepers. So I think that for me, it is I'm very grateful that they have taken a chance on me, and I'm excited to see, how much work I can put into my game and how much I can develop as a goalkeeper once we do get this thing started and we start in preseason. So I think their confidence in me gives me confidence as well. And so I'm really excited. I think that's probably all I can say right now.
Thank you. Congrats again.
Next, we'll go to Jose and then to Ian Hest.
Thanks, Michael. Congratulations, Cole. I have two quick ones for you. The first one, the goalkeeper coach, if nothing has changed, is for Inter Miami, Sebastian Saha, goalkeeper that play at the highest level. I'm just wondering, what is usually your relationship like with the goalkeeper coach, and what are you looking forward the most to learn from the professional level? And second, what are the next couple of weeks like for you? I mean, you have to be ready to compete, and preseason is just around the corner. So what are the next couple of weeks like for you? Thanks.
Right. The next couple of weeks, I didn't know what they looked like, but I think I'm slowly gathering what they could be looking like for me. But first, I'm going to celebrate with my family, and I'm going to have a good Christmas and spend some time with my family because I just got home yesterday from school and from Cincinnati. So for the next couple of weeks, I'll spend the holidays with my family, but I'll also be training with the goalkeeper coach, that I train with back here in Iowa. And I think what I'm looking for and what I'm excited for and playing at the next level and being in a pro environment is I think I'm excited to sort of dedicate everything to soccer, right? Because when you're a college athlete, you still have a lot of other responsibilities, and not that you don't as a pro, but I'm excited to get to work with the goalkeepers that are at Inter Miami as well as the coaches, and sort of get settled in there and try to get there as soon as I can. So I think playing at the next level is going to be take some time to adjust for sure. But I think I'm going to try to be as prepared and as ready as I can for make that adjusting period as seamless as possible.
Awesome. And then next we'll go to Ian Hest.
Thanks, Michael. Congratulations, Cole. I want to ask you a soccer question, but real fast. Being an Iowa boy, have you ever been down to South Florida, the South Florida heat and humidity that we have down here?
I've been to Florida for one weekend for a soccer tournament when I was maybe 14 or 15. And I think I was in Tampa maybe, but I don't know much about it. It was like 4 days, and so I think I'll find out very quickly.
So I'm assuming you don't speak Spanish too, then.
I do not.
Okay, we'll get you indoctrinated soon enough. On the field though, you have coming out of high school, you were very highly recruited from Iowa. You did sit on the bench for those 3 years, and then behind in that situation, you wound up getting to third team All-American this past year, Big East goalkeeper of the year. With all of that, having that experience of being highly rated, then having to sit back, then being highly rated, and now coming into a situation in the pros where you have a couple of guys ahead of you, how do you use that experience coming in to sort of stay motivated, even if you're not seeing the fields from day one?
Right. That's a very good question. And I think that one of my biggest strengths, because of my experience in college, is that, when you are battle tested and you are faced with adversity and you're not in a role that, you're striving to be in, how do you handle yourself? And, how do you continue to be a good teammate, but also, strive to be the starting goalkeeper and make others uncomfortable while being a good teammate. So I think that the experiences that I've had leading up to this point is going to, continue to help me navigate, whatever the process is like to get to a position that everyone wants to be in. So I think that not playing for 3 years and being in college and sort of going through those experiences will serve me very well playing at the next level, because I know strategies to be a good teammate, and how to bring a positive attitude and impact the locker room in a very positive way, while still trying to develop individually and hopefully get to somewhere you want to go.
Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Awesome. And we'll wrap it up with one more question from Franco.
Thanks, Michael. Cole, just quickly wanted to ask you, just, obviously I don't want to say when you were young, because you're still young, but when you were younger, what goalkeepers did you look up to? What goalkeepers did you, I don't know if I want to say modeled your game after, but that you looked up to and liked how they played, like, the shot stopping, whether it was playing with their feet, whatever it was, penalty kick saves, like we've seen with Dibu Martinez just now in Argentina at the World Cup. Just what goalkeepers were you a fan of growing up and that you really enjoyed watching in your younger days?
Yeah, I think that when I was growing up, I think Tim Howard was probably the most influential guy, just because he was an American guy. I kind of followed his career a lot, and that was the guy that I looked up to. I read his book and everything, but I think I could give you a better answer now that I've kind of developed into my body, and I'm a little bit bigger than I was when I was growing up. But I think one person that I look look up to right now is Courtois, because he's a big lad, and I like the way he plays, and he's very efficient when he moves in goal. And so I think that I really enjoy to watch Courtois and watch him play. So I think that would be the goalkeeper that I would look up to still to this day, because I know that I have a lot to learn, and I know that there's a lot of things I can improve on my game. So I think that he's probably one of the top guys I look at.
Appreciate it, Cole. We look forward to meeting you down here and speaking face to face. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us. That concludes the press conference, and happy holidays, and we'll see you again in preseason. And thank you, Cole. Congrats again.
Thank you.